Philippines again says no to apology over bus hostage tragedy. 6 sharks die of mystery illness at Ocean Park. And 2 French journalists killed in Mali. Good evening. The Vice President of the Philippines has insisted the country's President, Benigno Aquino, will not apologize for the 2010 Manila bus hostage tragedy. He also warned Hong Kong not to take any action that would affect ties between China and the Philippines. Evelina Leung has more. 6 hammerhead sharks died today in Ocean Park after coming down with an unknown but highly lethal condition. The sharks, all female and weighing between 45 and 60 kilos, were put under observation in different tanks after they were found swimming abnormally this morning. Of the 15 hammerhead sharks that arrived at Ocean Park from Japan, only 8 are still alive, according to the park's chief vet. The carcasses of the fish are now being dissected by experts who are investigating what triggered the sudden deaths. The incident has been reported to the Agricultural, Fisheries and Conservation Department. Executive Council convener Lam Moon Kwong today defended the government's decision to grant only 2 new free-to-air TV licenses. Lam said a consultant's report showed that approving all 3 applicants could have forced other stations to shut down, resulting in havoc in the television market.
During a radio interview this morning, the EXCO convener said a consultant's report helped tip the decision to grant 2 additional free-to-air TV licenses, not 3. Lam Woon Kwong said the Executive Council believes that if all 3 new applicants were accepted, it is likely that at least one of the new or existing stations would not survive. That's because of fierce competition in a limited advertising market. As to the reasons why the government rejected the bid by Ricky Wong's Hong Kong television network, Lam insisted that information should not be disclosed to the public due to its commercially sensitive nature. He added that the court remains the most appropriate avenue to deal with any grievances.
The decision has been made. Of course, it's open to any applicant to seek judicial review if they feel that the process has not been fairly treated.
Lam also expressed hopes that the government would make an effort to further clarify its decision due to the public discontent that it caused. His comments come as the government tries to lobby pro-establishment legislators to reject the use of special LegCo powers to force the administration to explain its stance. And allegations that the government granted certain legislators privileged access to documents relating to the licensing decision are angering pan-Democrats. Ronnie Tong slammed the chief executive for doing so while claiming that the information is confidential. A motion aimed at forcing the government to disclose the reasons behind its TV licensing decision will be up for discussion during Wednesday's LegCo meeting. That followed a failed attempt by pan-Democrats to invoke the Legislative Council Powers and Privileges Ordinance at the House Committee earlier.
And turning overseas now, the governments of France and Mali are condemning the abduction and murder of 2 French journalists by militants. As James Aiken reports, the hunt is now on to track down those responsible. US prosecutors have filed a murder charge against the suspected gunman in the deadly shooting at Los Angeles International Airport. He could face the death penalty if convicted. Authorities are arrested 23-year-old Paul Tianxia over the rampage in which a security officer was killed and 5 others were wounded, including 2 federal security officers. He was also charged with commission of violence at an international airport. According to a note found by authorities, Tianxia said he wanted to kill at least one Transportation Security Administration officer and didn't care which one. Security forces in Pakistan are on high alert after a US drone strike on Friday killed the leader of the Pakistani Taliban. Islamabad says Washington has done more harm than good, undermining the country's peace process. Tony Sabine reports. Back locally, if you use the social media platform Facebook, you may have noticed a new trendy application which turns users' status app updates into comic strips. But beware, security experts say app users should be careful about the risks they face. Rachel Long has a story. And in sports, fans are counting the days till Manny Pacquiao squares off against Brandon Rios in Macau this month. But when Jameson Wong went to interview the star fighter, a lot of the talk was on the huge potential for boxing in China. And finally, the weather. Cloudy with some rain tomorrow. Temperatures will range between 23 and 26 degrees. That's all the news. Thanks for watching. Good night.